I found the safe 3 days after my mother's funeral. Not hidden, not locked away in some dusty attic. It was sitting on her kitchen counter like she'd placed it there deliberately, waiting for me. The combination lock had 4 numbers worn smooth from use, but no note, no instructions. Just a post-it stuck to the top in her handwriting. The key is in the Christmas photo. You'll know which one. I knew exactly which photo she meant. I could see it perfectly in my mind. The problem? That photograph doesn't exist. It never did. My mother died on a Tuesday. Stroke. Quick. Clinical. She was 71 and lived alone in the same house where I grew up. The hospice nurse who found her said she'd been gone maybe 6 hours. A neighbor had called when Mom didn't answer the door for their morning walk. I'm an only child. My father died when I was 9. There were no cousins, no extended family dramas. Just me and Mom. And now, just me. The funeral was small, 12 people. Her book club friends, a former coworker. My wife Sarah stayed close, her hand on my back during the service. We spent the next 2 days sorting through the house. Sarah handled the kitchen while I tackled the bedroom. Standard grief logistics: donate, keep, trash. That's when I found the safe. It was small, maybe the size of a shoebox, black metal, heavy. Sarah came in holding it. This was on the counter. Did you put it there? I hadn't. Maybe the hospice nurse moved it? From where? We both looked around. The counter had been empty when we arrived. I was sure of it. That's when I saw the post-it. Mom's handwriting was unmistakable. Tight, precise letters. The same script that labeled every Tupperware container, every file folder. The key is in the Christmas photo. You'll know which one. Sarah frowned. What Christmas photo? The one from 1994, I said immediately. The last Christmas Dad was alive. The memory hit me with complete clarity. We're standing in front of the tree. Dad's wearing his red sweater. Mom's in green. I'm between them, maybe 8 years old, holding a toy train. Dad's hand is on my shoulder. Behind us, on the mantle, there's a small metal key hanging on a red ribbon. I could see it, every detail. Where's the photo? Sarah asked. In one of the albums, downstairs. But it wasn't. We pulled out every album, every box, every envelope of loose photographs. Nothing. There were photos from Christmas 1993, photos from Christmas 1995, no 1994. Maybe you're thinking of a different year, Sarah suggested. But I wasn't. The memory was precise, vivid. Dad died in March of 1995. That Christmas was our last one together. It has to be here. We searched for 3 hours. Nothing. Sarah finally touched my arm. Babe, maybe she meant a different photo, something else. No, she said I'd know which one, and I do. I can see it. Then where is it? I didn't have an answer. That night, I couldn't sleep. The safe sat on the dresser in our bedroom. Sarah had wanted to put it away, but I refused. At 2 a.m, I got up and tried random combinations. My birthday, Mom's birthday, Dad's birthday, their anniversary. Nothing. I tried dates from my childhood, address numbers, phone numbers. The lock didn't budge. Sarah found me at dawn, still trying. You need to let this go. There's something in there she wanted me to have. Or maybe it's empty. Maybe this was just grief confusion. She was 71, David. Maybe she forgot she already gave you whatever was inside. But my mother didn't forget things. She was sharp until the end. Crossword puzzles every morning, books every week. The next day, I called her friends from book club. Did Mom ever mention a safe? I asked Margaret, her oldest friend. Not to me, dear. What about Christmas photos, family photos? Well, she had so many. She loved taking pictures. She showed me albums all the time. Do you remember one from 1994, last Christmas before my dad died? A pause. David, your father died in 1995, didn't he? Yes, March. Then yes, there must have been a Christmas before, but I don't remember seeing that specific photo. I called 3 more friends. Same result. One of them, Linda, said something that stuck with me. You know, your mother did mention something odd a few months ago. We were talking about memory, about how we remember things. She said sometimes the pictures in our heads are more real than the actual photographs. I thought it was just philosophy talk. That afternoon, I went back to the house alone. I started in the attic. Boxes and boxes of family history. I found report cards from elementary school, my father's college yearbooks, mom's teaching certificates, and photographs, hundreds of them, but none from Christmas 1994. More disturbing, I found the frame I remembered, the exact silver frame that held the photo in my mind. It was empty. Not broken, not damaged, just empty, like the photo had been carefully removed. I brought it downstairs and set it on the kitchen table. That's when I noticed something else. On the mantel, there were small holes, nail holes, like something had hung there for years and been removed. A key on a ribbon. My hands started shaking. I called Sarah. There was something on the mantel. I'm not crazy. There are holes where it hung. Okay, so maybe there was a key. Maybe your mom took it down. Then where is it? Where's the photograph? I don't know, David. And why would she remove the photo but leave the frame? Sarah was quiet. Then, maybe you should talk to someone, a grief counselor. I'm not imagining this. I know you're not trying to, but grief does strange things. I hung up. I spent that night in my childhood bedroom. The room hadn't changed much. Same blue walls, same bookshelf. Mom had kept it like a museum. I sat on the bed holding the empty frame and tried to remember. Christmas 1994. The tree, the presents, Dad's red sweater. But as I focused, the memory started to shift. Details became fuzzy. Dad's face wasn't quite right. The toy train felt wrong. I got up and pulled out my father's death certificate from the file box. Date of death, March 7th, 1995. But underneath, in Mom's files, I found something else. A hospital record from December 1994. My father had been admitted on December 18th, 1994. Brain tumor diagnosis. He'd been hospitalized through Christmas. He never came home. I read the document 3 times. We hadn't had Christmas together. We had it in a hospital room. I remembered now, really remembered. Mom brought a small tree. We opened presents in uncomfortable plastic chairs. Dad was weak, thin, barely awake. So where did the other memory come from? The perfect Christmas, the tree, the sweater, the 3 of us together? I went back through the photos with new eyes. In the 1993 Christmas photo, we're together, all 3 of us. Dad's wearing a red sweater. In 1995, it's just Mom and me. I'm holding a toy train. I'd merged them. Somehow my brain had created a composite memory. The last good Christmas and the first terrible one blended into something that never happened. But that didn't explain the safe or the note. The key is in the Christmas photo, not the Christmas memory, the photo. I grabbed every photo from 1993 and 1995 and spread them on the floor. That's when I saw it. In the background of the 1993 Christmas photo, the real lost Christmas we had together, there's a reflection in the window. The flash caught it. A combination. 4 numbers written on the glass in marker. Someone had written directly on the window behind us. I could barely make it out. I had to hold the photo under a lamp, tilt it at an angle. 1947. I grabbed the safe. My hands were shaking so badly I had to try 3 times. 1947. The lock clicked. Inside the safe, an envelope and a photograph. The photograph was recent. My mother, maybe a year ago, holding a baby. I didn't recognize the baby. On the back, in her handwriting, Rachel, 3 months, 2024. Rachel. I'd never heard that name. I opens the envelope. The letter was dated 2 weeks before Mom died. David, if you're reading this, I'm gone. Good. I was too much of a coward to tell you in person. The baby in the photo is your daughter. Her name is Rachel. She's 7 months old now. Her mother is Anna Levitt. You knew her briefly, very briefly, before you met Sarah. Anna came to me last year. She'd been trying to find you, but you'd changed your number. She was pregnant. She didn't want money. She didn't want to ruin your marriage. She just wanted me to know I had a granddaughter. I met Rachel once, just once. Anna brought her to the house. She's beautiful. She has your eyes. Anna never asked me for anything except to hold the photo, to keep it somewhere safe. She said maybe someday when Rachel was older, she'd want to know. I kept telling myself I'd tell you, every week, every month. But you and Sarah have been trying for so long, the fertility treatments, the miscarriages. I couldn't bear to tell you that you had a child you'd never know, a daughter who existed while you were mourning the children you couldn't have. The combination is the year I was born, 1947. I wanted you to figure it out. I wanted you to have to work for this, to search, to remember, because remembering is what we're left with. I'm sorry about the photograph, the Christmas one. I destroyed it years ago, not because it mattered, but because I needed you to doubt your own memory. I needed you to question what was real. Because this is real, David. Rachel is real. Anna's number is on the back of the photo. Call her. Don't call her. That's your choice. But know this. There's a part of you in the world that I got to meet, and I'm grateful I got to hold her just once before I died. You were always so sure of your memories, so certain. I'm sorry I took that from you. But some truths are more important than certainty. Mom. I sat on the floor until sunrise. The photo of Rachel, my daughter, was still in my hand. I turned it over. Anna's phone number, a local area code. Sarah called at 7. Are you coming home? There's something I need to tell you. Okay. But I didn't say it. Not yet. Instead, I asked, do you remember me talking about Anna before we met? A pause. Vaguely. Why? No reason. I hung up. I looked at the photo again. Rachel, 7 months old. She had my eyes. My mother was right about that. I thought about calling Anna. I picked up my phone 3 times. But each time I saw Sarah's face. The years of trying, the hormone shots, the hope and failure and hope again. I put the photo back in the safe. I put the safe in my car. When I got home, Sarah was making coffee. What did you find? Nothing, I said. The safe was empty, just old papers. She looked at me for a long moment. She knew I was lying. I could see it. But she didn't push. I'm sorry, she said instead. For what? That your mom made you search for nothing. I nodded. That night, I buried the safe in our basement, behind boxes of holiday decorations we never use. Sometimes I think about Rachel. I wonder if she looks like me, if she laughs like me, if she'll ever wonder about the father she never met. But mostly I think about my mother's last gift. Not the truth, the doubt. She taught me that memory is fiction, that the past we carry is a story we tell ourselves, that even photographs can lie or disappear. And now, every time Sarah and I talk about starting treatments again, I feel the weight of what I know. A daughter I'll never claim, a truth I can never tell. I've become my mother, carrying a secret, protecting someone from reality. The safe is still down there. Sometimes late at night, I think about opening it again. But I never do. Because my mother was right. Some truths are more important than certainty, and some lies are all that keep us whole.